in the heart of hearts, I see myself like a 4-year-old jumping up to be picked up. And our Jesus picks me up and he holds me right there. He just holds me right there. Next to his heart. A golden door opens and I walk in. No hesitation, I just walk in. I see a crown upon my head and I take it and I put it at his feet. Where I'm walking in, I see him almost on the throne exactly in front of me. I bow down at his feet to thank him for all that he is. Just like that, a curtain of blood begins to pour in front of me. I pass through it and realize that I'm wearing white. And realize that the blood did not stain the white, but it made it bright. As I walk through the curtain of blood, I can see people falling to their knees, like if they were coming through for the first time. And Abba says, yes, these are the martyrs. Like they just died on the earth. Some of them, they stay on their knees. Angels go to them with robes and wrapping them up right there. The blood on them falls into like a stream looking thing right there. And in the distance I can see a golden cross of light. The blood flowing from the cross. I see them being wrapped in robes of white by the angels. I bless your name, and I lift you even higher still. I look around and I see joyful faces with crowns of gold on their head, like the angels. You have some really bad timing to be messaging me right now, you know that? Some terrible timing. Some seriously terrible timing. Your spirit is out of alignment. And that's how I know. When people interrupt worship, that's how I know. When they interrupt worship, prayer, ministry, their spirit is not aligned. I'm going to block this. This is ridiculous. Brian, stop messaging me. Stop it. You had all the time to message me. As soon as you see me go live, you have to interrupt the live. I know it's really inside, and that is a very fake, caring kind of thing. It's fake. I tell you, it's fake. You're hoping that I come there and test my BMI and on all these kinds of things. You're not going to use me like a hamster. No. I'm not interested. Because you're not in the spirit, you try to pull me out. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I still see those people there wearing that ring of gold around their head. Just like the angels. But their eyes are full of light. And their faces are full of light. They're looking up and they're praising over Jesus at the throne. Their face don't have pain anymore. They don't have anguish anymore, fear anymore. They're not hurting anymore. But I can hear the fountain of blood say, how long? How long? Their blood is still crying out. I could see babies in robes, a lot of them. Millions of babies in robes. And they're praising him. The little hands on their heart. They close their eyes for a moment and they look up to the throne like they just saw the prettiest butterfly. It's beautiful. I could see what looks like the brazen altar. I could see worship and prayer going up there. Like, can I say like bubbles? Or like orbs? I don't know what to call it. Like bubbles or like orbs. I could see them going up to the fire. And they're like being sifted. What is of his will? What's genuine? What's pure? It's being sifted in a moment. I could see Judah roaring over the brazen altar. And that's the fire that's cleansing. I could see him become the fire. Just like he stepped onto the brazen altar, he becomes the fire. And then I could see the throne engulfed in fire. And the silhouette of a man sitting there, and I know it's over Jesus. I could see that fire that he's roaring passes through the heavens. All through the heavens. And I could see knees just bowed down almost instantaneously. I bless your name, yeah, and I lift you in higher still. Higher. I see a lamb seated on a throne. His neck looked like it's been severed, but the blood's dried. I could see this beautiful diamond necklace all around that lamb's neck, or like if somebody plucked the stars and put them on there. I see keys. And I'm told to take it. So I take it. A blue, a kind of peachish, and a purplish key. In a bunch. I bow down and I take my leave. I could hear Great White around the throne. I see his eyes, like if he's been crying. The horse has been crying. I see his eyes watery, teary-eyed. We make eye contact, and it's like he connected with my sorrow. Through the eyes of Great White, I see of Jesus riding to the earth. He has this golden and white with a robe of red in front of him, like a sash, riding to the earth. I see souls rising from the earth, like if it was a dress that was fanned out. From every corner of the earth, I just see orbs and orbs of light, bright white light just shooting up from around the earth. And I can see, you know, when a dress spreads out, how it looks. That's what it looks like. I look at this like if, this is gorgeous. This is beautiful. Like if you pick up someone and they're wearing a dress, that's what it looks like. And I could see of Jesus, like if he celebrates picking up the people like that. Like I can't even explain it. In the spirit realm, it looks like a ballroom, and he's there dancing with his bride. The dress is like the color of stars. There is nothing as beautiful as that. Look at that. That's what I see. I see two angels sound trumpets on either side of the gates of heaven. And I see inside the golden city, like a celebration, dancing, singing, celebration. I can see what we call the forefathers, seated on thrones. I could see them seated on thrones, white thrones, the fathers of the faith. I bless your name, Father. I know Abram is there, Daniel is there, Jeremiah is there, Noah is there, Isaiah is there. Job is there. Moses is there. Joshua is there. I'm calling them out as I see them. I'm seeing them. They've got the highest seats there. I see them seated And everything's going on like a preparation. Everything's going on like last minute preparations, you know, before the actual event. How can you explain that diamonds are in trees and pearls in trees and all kinds of things like these? You can't. If a thief went to heaven, he'd know what to do. He'd be confused. Imagine you're walking and there it is, a diamond, but not one diamond, a tree full of diamonds. A tree decorated with diamonds. Beautiful roses everywhere. Pearls everywhere. Huge pearls. Everything is catching light. There's just light. There's just light. There's no darkness. There's just light. I can see this beautiful round table. It's round. And it's kind of golden, but it's worked up. It's got a lot of designs on it. And I could see the designs on this table is like wings of cherubim or wings like angels that are pointed inward. And I count them like if an angel's flying, I count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I count 7 angels with their wings upward like a design on the table. In the middle of the table, I see the earth. I see the world, the earth. I hear Abba saying the 7 spirits of God. As I'm looking on the earth, I see President Trump give a salute. He stands there and he gives a salute, and I'm looking to who? I see Putin gives a look. It might be to Putin, I don't know. I see him right there. And I pick up for a second time that Putin has joined Israel. That they're working with the US or they're working with Israel. Earlier I saw him wrapped up in Israel's flag. I look at Trump and I see him looking towards a building, a huge house or something, a church, what is that? A building, a huge building with 2 golden pillars in front. And I see he looks inside and I could see inside overladen with gold. And I could see a lot of photos, a lot of pictures all over the place about, I don't know, what's it like? What can I see? It's like depictions of the fall. I see, you know, those Russian and Roman pictures where God's finger is pointing and he touches the other one. Those kind of pictures. But in this photo, I see like it's Satan giving an apple in the painting. I see him stretched out his hand with an apple. He looks like an angel. But he has an apple in his hand and his finger stretched out like make connection. Almost immediately I see New York. And I see the towers that they built over. And I see this tall tower like a pinnacle or an obelisk. And I could see this tower receiving energy from the obelisk. Like if it was positioned or programmed to receive energy from the obelisk. I don't know. I could hear chants. I don't like it. I could hear chants. More like the Vatican when they are doing their chants to Lucifer. I could hear chants inside that thing. Like if they were invoking something. I see that tower stretched out and I could see the power. I don't know what else to call it as. Just stretched out from the tower all over New York. Kinda like how it looks when Ghostbusters would catch a ghost and put it in a trap. And you would see all those lightning bolt thingies just fly all over the place. Like that. It's flying all over the place. I don't know what else to describe it as. And I could see a release of demons over New York. I give you a warning and I tell you now that New York is about to become a very dark place where life as usual will not happen. I'm seeing it. I also see protocols and police or military. I see some kind of military or militant personnel on every block. They portioned out New York. I see a lot of looting, a lot of murdering. I see demons in New York, like cray-cray. I see them hiding behind rocks, behind trees. I see them. All kinds and all sorts, they're there. I see lamp poles, like street lamps, are positioned with cameras. I see the flashing of a design that looks like a computer, CHIP. It looks like a computer motherboard. I don't know, I see that, like the chip looking thing of a motherboard of a computer. And I see just like they have the connecting points on a motherboard of a computer, they've mapped out New York like that, and they plan to go outwards. The Trade Center in the middle, or whatever, the tall building, is like a connecting pole. I see street lamps having camera systems. I see like a distribution of some kind of gadget. Some kind of gadget. They're telling you to keep this in your house. I was going to say it was a you know when you have to swipe your card on a machine? This is like some kind of banking system. This is some kind of, but this is a security system. It works with the swiping of something. And they're telling everybody to keep one. I see like just some kind of gadget that they're handing out. And they say everybody has to have one. The ones who don't want to have one, they're classed as criminals. Because they're saying if you don't take one, that means you have something to hide. I see a mapping out of the streets and I see 666 on the street. Again, just like 2020. On the street. I see there's a system where a number of people are allowed on the street. A certain number of people and apart. And I get the feeling, I get the gist of them wanting to separate people. That's what I see. That's what I see. It's like if they wanted to keep people apart. So I see there's this big control room and there's these big monitors towards each city. And then I see whenever there's an alert, they send out these alarms to each city's, could I say police? I don't know if to say police. They send it out to military. I don't know what to say, okay? They send it out to the monitoring people of that city. Honey? Honey? Oh, it's not Blessing. Somebody outside is making a bunch of noise. That's what I see. I see the monitoring of shopping in groceries. I see the monitoring of the very rich. And it's like once they go with their system, there's no problem. But there's only a certain number of people allowed outside. And a certain distance apart. I see something having to do with implants of teeth or in teeth, having to do with the ears and the pain in the ears that they can program at any time. So if you're talking to somebody they don't want you to talk to, they can mess it up. Mess up your ear. That's what I see. I see the monitoring of people in hospitals. The same kind of machine-looking thing that you could swipe on. I see them everywhere. I see them in the pharmacies. I see them everywhere, everywhere. The only way you can get to buy is if you beep or if you swipe. see them in little shops. I see them everywhere. I see them even in taxis. But this is how people are paying now. It's like cash is no longer accepted. Everywhere, everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's this piece of black looking box kind of thing. I see this box has monitoring capabilities. It can hear what's going on in your house. It can hear. You basically have to walk with it. You have to be there with it. It has to be there with you. And I see whatever is controlling this box is IA, and it's evil. I see them like they're graduating. What would I say? They are pushing the thing to another level where if you're saying something that it does not like, it can block your purchase. And this having to do with God, Jesus Christ. I see also like it has a kind of capable, like it can, how to say, it can feel. It understands, it knows. So like when you rebuke the devil, he knows and he flees. So if you do that, it won't allow you to purchase, or even if you have it with you, even if you take their system. I see this thing is trying to replace the presence of God because people become very dependent on it. Wherever you go, you have to carry this thing. And why we would talk to God and we would speak to Him and love on Him, you have to be mindful of your words now because you don't want to offend this box, or you don't want to offend this piece of gadget or whatever you're calling it. And I see every box has a number. I hear it clear as day, number. Every box has a number. I see them spreading out all over England, the UK, Australia, and America. All over. I see the Caribbean adopting it too. That's their plan. That's their plot. To control life as we know it. To control the world at the touch of a button. I was saying when an ant sees the winter coming, he stores up. When the ant sees the winter coming, he stores up. He stores up before the winter. And I hear but Jesus saying, store up. Store up and secure, because you won't be able to go outside. You won't be able to purchase. You won't be able to get medical assistance. You won't be able to do a lot of things. And they'll be controlling your lives from that system. I see the push of Ebola, or something that looks like it. They call the hands, and there we go. That's the prophecy with the hands. Bats and rats, huh? And it becomes so unsafe to touch anything. So I see people now become reliant on this box or this gadget to purchase and to live. They keep it as clean as they can. They walk around with it to purchase and to live, basically. Everybody has one, or you just don't get access to buying or selling. Nothing at all. I see every box has a number, and I hear number. It's like they number you with it. Number. You become target blah 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 blah. 96234. You become target blah blah blah, and they monitor you. I hear number. And as I see in the spirit realms, there's also a count. I see a count going on, and that count has to do with how many are saved, how many has the box, and how many doesn't. I see the heart of Father getting angry and sad at the same time as people yield to this system. This is the BEE system. The control system. The force system. Satan system. That's what I see. I hear revelations. And I look to a table and I see a man sitting there with like a page or something, like a scroll. I hear Revelations, and I hear Revelations 13. I see some kind of special grant given by a statue. Something that can read, calculate, something like an ATM machine, but it's a statue. It's golden. If you go and you ask or you put your device or the device to it, it'll grant you some, I don't know what to call that, credit. It'll grant you something. This is also controlled by IA. And I see the eyes of the Father fiery. Because you're basically made to bow to it. You have to go to it to get a top up. Or go to it to get credits. Or go to it to get or something. Something inside of your box. A black box kind of machine thingy. It's what I see. I see Christians struggling inside. Some have not taken the device. I see a lot of starvation. I see very, very simple lives being lived. And I see them targeted. I see whilst people reach out to help others, they're being targeted. And they also have some kind of tracking on them, like they're calling them the what? I don't want to say this out of my head. They're calling them the rebels, the resistance, the rebels. I see people running in bunches to meet each other. Like they have to hide from gadgets like camera systems and anywhere that box is used or something like that. I see some people taking the device and they're wanting to help Christians. They have to hide to do so. That's what I see. I see chaos. I see people dying and they're covered on the streets. People are afraid to touch them because they're saying that they died from diseases. I see paper money on the streets, just scattered around like if it was nothing, just paper, garbage. $100 bills just all over the place, scattered, like if it had no more use. Everywhere. I see of Jesus sending angels to his people as we pray. As they pray. I see people huddled in warehouses. I see people in some kind of building, hiding together. Those whom you have now is who you'll have. I see like something like, you know, the purges where the sirens would go off. I hear the sirens going off and people are to lock themselves in, not come out. You have to guard. I see there's a system where they release prisoners. Prisoners. There's a certain time for the release of prisoners, and then they bring them back in, kind of thing. I don't understand what that is. I see people crying out and who they have together. They're worshiping together. I see angels surrounding people. I see people stored up food and water and they have them like underground in like these basement things, and they have to cover them in case people find them. They have to hide them. These people that are hiding out, they're not greedy people. They're very simple people. They're smart people. Godly, contented people. That's what I see. That's what I see. I see this angel standing with a bowl, and he has like something like molten fire in it, like lava inside of the bowl, and I see him pouring out the bowl on the earth, and I see boils coming up on men. Basarabai katalamai shadid. Librata ita katia tereo to ishadab. Kabusa ita doishada. Libranta ika huse. Korebo yeshaida yadama yeshada. I hear him saying, just and true are your judgments, O God. I see angels sounding the trumpet. I see fire falling to the earth, like raining fire. That's what I see. That's what I see. That's what I see. I see this angel. He points his trumpet up to the sky. And as he points the trumpet up to the sky, I see like this, like a burning stone with white fire in it falling to the earth. And I kind of get the feeling that it's a comet because I hear it. Wormwood. I hear comet. The angel points his trumpet up to the sky, and I hear and I see wormwood, a comet. And I see like it hits the sea. I see there's a split of this comet, like it splashes, or I don't know how to say that, it splits. Stone in the fire, stone in the with the light, just splits. I don't know how else to say that. I see countries brace for impact. Each one preparing, but one gets it really hard. Utah, I see Utah, salt, sea, salt, salt, Utah. I see extraterrestrials, quote unquote, demonic beings in Utah. I see the glorification of the triangle, which is a pyramid. I see the Illuminati kind of thing going on there with these quote-unquote beings with their club nonsense. What in the world? I see them trying to convince the people that they are what they are and they're good. And I see people yielding to it. It's like everybody just goes, oh well, daily life. Daily living has changed to daily life now. That's what I see. That's what I see. I see these beings going into their ills. They're saying they got some real power now. Save the church folks. Save them. Show them before it's too late. That's what I see. As they find more objects and stuff, they say these things are helping them. They're not. They're leading them astray. That's what I see. That's what I hear. Come in the here and come back. Later it's getting late and I have to go. Now the internet kicks in, see? When it's night. You couldn't even see me if I tried. I'm sure. See? Couldn't even see me if I tried. If I take it off, that's it. And then when you do that on TikTok, they don't like it. That's it. No? See? That's supposed to face me. Is it facing me? No. I'm just so tired at this point. I am